Welcome to Middle Class Matters, Business News in English from Dr CMA Alagesan on the CAG Audit Report number 19 of 2023 on Bharatmala Pariyojana Road Project, scam of rupees 7,50,000 crore by Government of India officials, politicians and the contractors. Part number 38 continued. Chapter number 7, Monitoring and Information Technology. Monitoring is the systematic process of collecting, analyzing, and using information to track a program's progress towards reaching its objectives and to guide management decisions. Information technology supplements monitoring and its effective governance by improving responsiveness, increasing efficiency, and enhancing governance practices. The three core elements of good governance, that is, transparency, accountability, and fairness, could be achieved by deploying suitable information technology tool in the system. 7.1 Monitoring of Bharatmala Pariyojana. Objectives of BPP-I were to optimize the efficiency of the movement of goods and people across the country and improvement of logistics performance index of India through bridging of critical infrastructure gaps and addressing of asymmetry in existing corridors, optimal resource allocation for holistic highways development or improvement initiatives, and following of corridor approach over existing package-based approach. To achieve the above objectives, a total of 34,800 km of national highways length was to be constructed under BPP-I during 2017-18 to September 2022 at a cost of rupees 5,35,000 crore. These funds were to be raised and spent in accordance with the financial plan approved by CCEA. Considering the above yardsticks for successful implementation of Bharatmala Pariyojana, besides the management tools of internal control, internal audit, and hiring of consultants like authority engineers, independent engineers, and safety consultants, etc., for monitoring of projects, CCEA directed following further measures for monitoring of Bharatmala Pariyojana from the highest level. Monitoring of BPP-I by Public Investment Board and CCEA. Audit of physical and technical parameters for all BPP-I projects and outcome parameters like reduction in time of travel, fuel efficiency, accident reduction, ride comfort, and user satisfaction to be laid down and monitored periodically for every corridor. Non-compliance of this CCEA directive has been discussed in detail in para 3.2. As regards to above, the following was observed. 7.1.1 Monitoring of Bharatmala Pariyojana by Public Investment Board and CCEA. CCEA directed that MORTH, in consultation with NHAI and NHIDCL, needed to bring out a consolidated progress report of all the sub-projects of BPP-I for review of Public Investment Board in December and June every year, with a view to avoid cost and time overruns. The progress report was to include details of the variations in parameters of the sub-projects which increased the overall cost of the sub-projects or their financing patterns. Along with project progress, Public Investment Board was also required to review the aspects of raising of funds, revenue generation, and debt servicing. Further, the above said progress report along with Public Investment Board review report was to be placed before CCEA and its guidance was to be obtained. However, from records reviewed, no institutionalized system of half-yearly review of Bharatmala Pariyojana by Public Investment Board followed by review of CCEA of the consolidated progress report and Public Investment Board review report on the same was observed by audit, which denied the opportunity of periodical monitoring of the progress of the project so as to resort to mid-course corrections as and when needed. The implication of such non-compliance of CCEA directions was manifested in the form of time and cost overrun of BPP-I projects as well as departure from CCEA approved budget and funding and spending patterns for the Pariyojana. MORTH did not furnish relevant reply to the audit observation. 7.1.2 Audit of physical and technical parameters. CCEA directed MORTH to ensure audit of physical and technical parameters of all BPP-I projects by appropriate independent agencies. This fact also retaliated by MORTH via its standard operating procedure issued in December 2017. Audit, while reviewing the monitoring aspect of BPP-I, observed the following. In MORTH, NHAI and NHIDCL, appointment of an independent agency for carrying out the audit of physical and technical parameters of BPP-I was not done. Furthermore, in spite of repeated requisitions and reminders, no specific records pertaining to such appointments were furnished to audit. Internal audit in NHAI and NHIDCL was being carried out by the chartered accountant firms. Within the scope of audit was restricted to review of contract management and accounting and financing aspects only. It did not include audit of technical and physical parameters of BPP-I projects as directed by CCEA, which could have inter alia included review of scheme as a whole, its corridor or project selection, BPP-I optimization or prioritization, detailed project report preparation, project approval, tendering, award, entering into agreement and fixation of appointed date. MORTH internal audit wing was working directly under Principal Chief Controller of Accounts, with overall responsibility resting with the financial advisor and the secretary. However, the sanctity of internal audit in MORTH vis-a-vis BPP-I could not be vouched safe by audit due to non-submission of internal audit reports for the year 2017-18 to 21-22 for no justified reasons on record, despite repeated reminders and requisitions. As per Ministry of Finance Manual 2000 September 2014 regarding internal audit of central civil ministries departments, there should be constituted an audit committee in each of the ministry or department for providing effective oversight mechanism for functioning of internal audit wing. This audit committee should be headed by secretary of the ministry or department and should include financial advisor, chief controller of accounts or controller of accounts and program division or head as members. The terms of reference of audit committee inter alia included the following. Ensure development of an effective system of risk audit, risk management within the ministry or department to ensure achievement of ministry or department objectives. Supervise the overall functioning of internal audit wing and establish its priorities. Provide strategic directions and facilitate availability of resources for internal audit wing. Approve internal audit charter and establish the role, responsibility and function of internal audit wing. Evaluate performance of internal audit wing and ensure internal audit observations and suggestions were implemented. Audit observed that in spite of such directions to be performed by audit committee, no meetings of audit committee were held in MORTH during 2017-18 to 21-22. No action taken. Reports on the internal audit of NHAI, NHIDCL, MORTH were furnished to audit for the period 2017-18 to 21-22. Therefore, the technical and physical parameters of BPP-I appear to have been neither reviewed by any independent agency nor same was provisioned in the internal audit. MORTH did not furnish reply to the audit observation. Thus, the MORTH failed to conduct any independent audit of physical and technical parameters of BPP-I and its project as envisaged and directed by CCEA. Recommendation number 37. MORTH should ensure compliance with the framework stipulated by CCEA for effective monitoring and audit of physical and technical parameters of BPP-I. Responsibility needs to be fixed for non-compliance of CCEA directions till date. 7.2 Information Technology. MORTH wide its standing operating procedures considering the magnitude of Bharatmala pariyojana directed for ensuring usage of 5 online systems. 1. Project Monitoring Information System BMIS, Bhumi Rashi, Bidder Information Management System BIMS, Performance Management System Lakshya, and comprehensive enterprise resource planning system for monitoring and progress automation of various activities involved in preparation and execution of projects under Bharatmala Pariyojana. Audit while reviewing the effectiveness and preparedness of above mentioned information technology tools for monitoring the Bharatmala Pariyojana observed the following. 7.2.1 Project Monitoring Information System. Project Monitoring Information System PMIS was developed in November 2016 for MORTH, NHAI and NHIDCL so as to monitor and track the progress of all the projects. The application was further enhanced, upgraded in October 2018 under the umbrella program of E-Disha. Audit while reviewing the effectiveness of BMIS in BPP-I observed the following. With effect from April 2020, NHAI switched over to a new application, Data Lake, for the purpose of facilitating project management and its monitoring, which included projects relating to communications, approvals and submission of bills. MORTH and NHIDCL continued with the PMIS only. Due to usage of two different applications by these three organizations, there was no data integration on a single IT platform, and thus there was no centralized monitoring and analysis of data for better project management. Audit while reviewing the data pertaining to MORTH and NHIDCL as appearing in the PMIS observed that information related to projects being implemented, their length and project cost was not verifiable from records of MORTH or NHIDCL because of mismatch in the data available on PMIS and data being maintained by MORTH or NHIDCL as detailed below. Road wing of Road wing MORTH as per PMIS as on 20th May 2021. Number of projects by kilometer 46.89 kilometers. Project cost 250.13. As per information furnished by MORTH, 9 projects, 509 kilometers, 3,939,000 crores. To NHIDCL, as per PMIS, 12 projects, 183.78 kilometers, cost of 2,560.61 crores. As per information furnished by management, 63 projects with a total length of 1,371 kilometers with a project cost of 30,812. PIMS was also to be utilized for uploading of relevant documents in electronic form for each project. However, audit noticed that uploading of all relevant documents for all projects was not ensured. Audit further noticed that information on PIMS was not being updated regularly as test checked in sample projects. In case of one project, the appointed date was being displayed as not fixed, whereas the project has achieved a project progress of 37.7% up to December 2021. In case of another project, audit observed that the project was appearing under two stages simultaneously, that is implementation stage as well as under operation and maintenance stage, despite issuance of provisional completion certificate for the same, and information of one project was not available despite the project nearing completion. MORTH admitted in April 2022 non-integration of the two platforms PMIS and Data Lake. However, it did not furnish reply to other observations. Thus, the PMIS application could not serve as a single source of information and was not fully reliable for effective monitoring. During test check of Data Lake application, it was observed that it was also not being updated regularly, as on its change of scope and extension of time dashboard, details were missing in 8 projects. Similar non-updation was also found in case of authorities engineers and independent engineer dashboard, wherein instances of reports of tests conducted by authority engineers or independent engineers were not being updated, and MORTH assured in April 2022 that concerned project implementation units were being requested to adhere to the prescribed guidelines for updating of the project data in Data Lake. It was also observed that on data lake application, online bill submission by contractor, concessionaire, consultant was restricted to uploading of hard copy of bills generated offline, but no bill processing could be effected in online mode, and the same was being processed offline only. MORTH admitted in April 2022 that there was no feature of online computation and processing of bills in the data lake. Recommendation number 38. Project monitoring information system should be integrated with data lake and enhanced with requisite functionality in order to present a holistic position of status of projects of all implementing agencies on a single platform to enable adequate monitoring and input data validation. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, please share it to all your friends and relatives who are also taxpayers. Our tax paid money is being misused by this politician, bureaucracy and contractors nexus. Information sharing only will avoid this type of things. Thanks for watching.